Welcome back to, I was going to say 11 minutes with My Lodi, but I think we changed the name. I think we're calling it the Lodi Cast now. So welcome back to the Lodi Cast. It's wonderful to have you all here again. Today, I'm catching up with TL Kev. TL Kev's been with us for many years now. Super nice guy. Is a quietly spoken guy. Loves basketball. Good basketballer. With basketball, he's kind of famous. He's kind of TikTok famous with, I think we'll talk about it, but I think it's the NBA game is it Y2K? M20K or something like that. He has a big following because he's good at NBA on the PlayStation, maybe. Let's find out. I don't want to keep trying to guess. He also likes the gym. I think he trains a fair bit. Big Kev. How are you, big dog? Thank you so much for joining. As I mentioned before, I appreciate you. You've logged off. You work the night shift, so I appreciate you jumping back on with me, brother. And yeah, this is an opportunity for everyone to learn more about you and unpack the Kev story. When I was doing the intro, I remember we spoke about it when I was in the Philippines last. But what was it that you got you play online NBA? Is that right, or what is it? What game is it?
Yes, I play NBA 2K, boss. Actually,
2K.
Yeah, it also started when I started working for you guys.
Yeah. And so where's your following come from? What is it, mostly TikTok, or where is it? YouTube?
Well, right now it's all over the place. I have 150K on TikTok, I think 15 on Facebook, and then 10,000 on YouTube.
That's pretty mad, bro. That's mad. That's so good. So you got 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, boss.
And they watch you play video games. And do you talk while you're playing, or I don't excuse my ignorance, but I don't understand or know the ins and outs of video games or streaming online. When I used to play video games, I used to play Mortal Kombat. Like on Sega. I'm old school, dude.
Well, I do play Mortal Kombat too, boss. But basically how it works is I started uploading my videos back when 2022. So the way it works, boss, is I do speak while playing, and I mostly upload tutorials, and sometimes I join because it's basketball, right? NBA 2K tournaments, and then basically entertain them while I'm playing, something like that.
Yeah. And so where do you feel like your following come from? Is it because you're good at the game, or is it because why?
I'm not gonna lie, boss, I'm not really sure why they're following me sometimes, but some of them comment they like the style of how I play, because it's a video game, and most of the guys who's playing NBA 2K, they play it like a video game. But me being a guy who really loves basketball, remember, boss, I was asking you to play basketball when you were here. I do love basketball, so I play it realistically, and I think that's where most of my viewers come from.
Yeah, got ya. Because that's one thing that Filipinos love, right? Basketball.
Yes,
dude,
boss.
I remember. I think we spoke about this, but I remember driving. Where was it that we had that resort party at last time? I don't know how to pronounce it, so I say that I don't know where it was. But it's is it Barakai or Barakai?
I forgot the name of the place, boss, but I think it's from Bataan, something like that. But I forgot the name of the place too.
But I remember driving there, and we're driving through little province towns, and it was just patches of all uneven dirt, and that's where all the kids would play basketball. It was really cool to see that these kids didn't need an amazing facility, right? They were just going to play basketball. The ground was crazily uneven.
Yes, boss. So, Filipinos, they really love basketball. They will play if you have a ring in a ball. It doesn't matter if it's dirt. It doesn't matter if you're at the beach. And actually, I think that's, a huge part of my success in social media. It's because it's not really hard to persuade Filipinos to watch basketball videos. So.
Yeah. That's funny. That's cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's mad. And so outside of that, do you still go to the gym, or what are you doing personally as well? Like you still working out?
Yes, boss. Actually, I like I mentioned last year when I saw you and Zach, and I saw Zach. He had a huge improvement with his body, right? So I actually invested with the bench press, some weights at home. I am enrolled in a gym, so whenever I'm available, I go outside. But I invested at a small home gym, so I can work out anytime.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I like that a lot. And awesome. So, mate, where are you from? Tell everyone where do you live at the moment, or where did you grow up?
I'm from San Jose del Monte, Bulacan right now, and I actually grew up in Bulacan. So mostly all over the place, Santa Maria and San Jose. My teenage years was from Santa Maria, Bulacan, and then my like elementary days, what we call it, is here in San Jose. And then I'm back here. So San Jose, Santa Maria, and then here.
Did you enjoy school?
I'm not really I'm not really, to be honest, boss, like even my old friends, whenever they are seeing me right now, the way that I am right now, I'm not really like a school person. I'm not really someone who loves school. I'm more of a I'm not sure what the word is in English, but I'm a pasaway. So but anyway, yeah, I'm good right now. I am improved, but I'm not really a school guy, boss. Sorry.
Is it like being stuck in the confinement of like the school that you had trouble with? Is it like retaining the education? Is it the environment? What was it that you didn't like about school?
I think, boss, you're correct. The confinement. I think there's a lot of people who are like me, like who doesn't really like being constricted and being like doesn't like the confinement, or doesn't like the freedom. And actually, that's one of the reason why I worked. I mean, I'm still working for you guys, because that's one of the things that I love about Virtual Spotter. It's because we do prioritize freedom here. Like we can do a lot of things that you cannot do on other jobs. And actually, sometimes I don't even feel like I'm working, because we're working at home. And I think, going back to your question, boss, I think it's the confinement, because I'm not really that the kind of guy that that I explore things. I love exploring things. So confinement doesn't really work for me.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. And so when you left, yeah, you went through school. What did you study? Did you go to college?
Yes, boss. I did graduate high school. I tried college up until second year college. So I'm an undergrad, and after that, I explored a lot of things. Got a job, and I started working at Jollibee. That's where I met
Yeah.
my wife Melanie. I think she already mentioned that. Worked at call center, tried a lot of jobs, and now I'm here. Actually, this is like the longest job I had.
Yeah, that's cool. I asked her the question, and I'll ask you as well. Do you still like Jollibees, even though you work there and ate it forever?
Yes, boss. Actually, I right now I gained a little weight, but before I don't really like fast food. But it's the nostalgia, boss, because that's my first official job. I had
Of
a lot
course.
of jobs before, but Jollibee was like the first company who really accepted me. And just to share, boss, back when I started working at Jollibee, I didn't really have anything. Like, I don't have the money. I didn't have anything, so they did they gave me a chance to start to work there without anything. Like, everything was just to follow, and that's something that I will never forget.
How old were you then?
I was I believe 20. I can't really remember, 20 or 21, boss, something
Yeah,
like that.
early 20s. Yeah, cool. In Australia, and I'm sure it's the same in the Philippines, but if you have one of them big fast food chains on your resume, like it helps dramatically, like a McDonald's or like a Jollibee's in the Philippines, because they are so procedure driven and systems driven. If you can work at a Jollibee's, then it says that you can follow instructions, you can work in a fast paced environment. And like that is transferable in every other job that you apply for thereafter.
Yes, boss, I agree. One of the hardest, one of the
What,
hardest
what,
jobs.
what was, and then you went to the call center after that. Tell me a little bit about that job.
Well, it was actually like a huge jump for me, and it was great because when I was working at Jollibee, again, I am thankful with the Jollibee company, but the salary is not really good. So when I first started getting contracts from call centers, it was really a huge jump for me. It was a blessing, and I started working in sales because actually that's something that I really targeted because when you're at sales, it's not just your salary. It adds up. You have commissions, and I started working. It's actually a company that is from Australia, boss. I think Telstra.
Yeah, Telstra. Yeah.
Yeah, Telstra. So I used to sell
Mobile phone plans,
services.
internet.
Not just internet, boss, like iPads, gadgets, everything. And I
Got
really
ya.
enjoyed working there. It's just that pandemic happened, and we got
Things
pulled out.
changed.
Things
Yeah.
changed.
And what were some of the skills that you took away? Or actually, before I ask you that, what was the challenges in that job?
To be honest, boss, I really enjoyed that job. That's one of the things. It's right up there. Like right now, I'm enjoying in virtual spotter, and it's right up there. I think the only challenge is back then I didn't really have the resources that I have right now. So it might be the money, boss. I didn't have the
Yeah.
resources I had, right now. So it was a little hard. But the thing is, because I enjoyed, the sales and the job, and it was, my first big job, coming from Jollibee. So there was not much of a big challenge back then.
Did they have really good at Telstra? Did they have really good sales training?
I can say so, boss. It is like the generic sales, sales training. But I think what differentiates Telstra from other companies is the work environment, because everyone is, back when I was working with Telstra, it's just the environment, boss, the culture. They're not really that. They are very different from other call centers. It was really easy to work with them.
Got ya. Yeah. And how did you handle? So you weren't really in a customer service role, so it wouldn't be typical for you to talk to cranky customers. Is that right, or no? You'd still have to handle that.
We still had to handle that, boss. And by the way, TL Joyce, that's where I met TL Joyce. She was one of my
Wow.
team leaders. And yeah, you had to handle that, boss. And at the same time, you have to sell some products as well. I think that's the going back to what you asked earlier, boss. Biggest challenge. I think that's one of the biggest challenge, because you had to handle cranky customers, and of course we had a target. So even if
Yeah.
they're cranky, sometimes you have to sell
You gotta
them
sell.
iPads. So
Yeah. Yeah.
figure that.
Yeah. Them skills are transferable, but right? Like when you figure that out, you can figure, especially man, when like they don't have a relationship with you. They don't know who you are. You can't perceive your personality. Like it's harder to perceive your personality. It's hard to show empathy towards when they're upset or irate, and you still need to try to sell them or close them on upgrading or buying the next thing. It's an incredibly powerful skill to be able to sell over the phone to a customer that doesn't know you, that, and especially when you're from another country, right? Like you can tell that you're from the Philippines and you can sell things, and it takes a special person to be able to pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and grab that next call. You get yelled at, screamed at, hung up on, next call, next call, next call, next call. It's ruthless, but that is an amazing environment to experience, because whether you like it or not, it's good to be able to use that as a benchmark to go, you like, hey, I'm grateful now that I don't need to do that, or I'm not getting hung up on anymore, and I'm still earning money. Like that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's anyone that's in Virtual Spotter right now that has had call center experience, or even not even just call center, but BPO experience, is far more grateful to be a virtual assistant than someone that is come straight out of college and then straight into a virtual assistant job, because they don't fully understand what it feels like to travel 3 hours to work in a jeepney, to then spend 10 hours in a call center or a BPO, and then travel 3 hours home. They've never experienced it, right? So then they're not grateful for not having to go through that.
Yes, boss, I agree. And you know, in a call center, like you said, people hang up. You had to take another customer. But in Virtual Spotter, once you build rapport with your client, it's done. They know you. They know you already. You don't have to figure out. You don't have to build rapport. Every day.
Yeah.
So that's what I
Yeah.
love about our job.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So, and then you landed on Virtual Spotter, which you've been with us for a few years now, which is amazing. And just to touch on that as well. So, Kev's a team leader. He has a team underneath him that he guides, mentors, and inspires, working on US accounts in the fitness business, the fitness industry, which is cool. What are some of the challenges coming into, or not even challenges, but what are some of the learnings as a team leader that you've had to sharpen over the last few years?
Well, I think one of the things that I really had to adjust was being able to work with them at home, because unlike being a team leader in a call center back in the day, you can see them, you can see their facial expression if they're having a hard time, you can hear them, you have their presence. But right now, I think that's one of the hardest thing to do, like lead people who you do not really see. You only communicate through chat. You do have Zoom meetings, but it doesn't really give you the full picture. So I think that's what that's something that I really had a hard time to adjust. But I did adjust at a long period of time, and yeah, I think I kind of get it now. But yeah, I'm still learning every day.
And I think your personality as well, you're a pretty quietly spoken dude. So like in some cases as well, like trying to inspire or lead or hold them guys accountable, when we are all virtual, it's hard to gain like the sentiment of like who Kev is, what's he about, like where do is Kev cranky with me, or is he happy with me? Like I don't know if he's okay right now. Like from a perception point of view. So I think you're doing a good job. I think one of the things that I will add that I think you're doing great is like your willingness to improve or willingness to take on feedback and to apply that. So that's, from my point of view, man, that is the biggest thing for me. I know that there's been opportunities for us to improve, and you grab them and apply them, and that's what I look for, dude. Like that's what I think is one of your assets at the moment, which is great.
Thank you, boss. Like they said, like if you're not learning every day, it's like you're dead, right?
Yeah, correct, dude. And you guys, so you live with your partner now. Do you have your own house?
It's an apartment, boss, not our own.
But that there was a cool story behind that, wasn't there? Like it might not be cool for you, but like when you first got that house, you kind of like, just to make ends meet, you were like, because having your own house as a young couple in the Philippines is very rare.
Yes, boss. Actually, I think Melanie might have mentioned this already. It's actually cool for B2 boss, because looking at the pictures, looking at the everything that we have gone through, it's something that is I don't know how to describe the feeling, but basically when we got here, first thing is we didn't really have the money to pay in full, because you have to pay 1 month advance, 1 month deposit, something like that. I'm not sure how it works in Australia or other countries. Same thing. But
yeah,
we didn't have the money, boss. We only had the rent. And the landlord was kind enough to let us in. And once we were in the house, we only had like the plates, something to cook on, a carton or a cardboard, boss. That's where we slept. and it was really empty. The house was really empty. But right now, I'm proud, with the kind of budgeting, and we have everything we need now, and I'm really happy for that.
It's amazing, bro. How long were you living like that for when you first moved in there?
It wasn't really that long, but it felt long. So I think if my estimate is, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't have the resources back then. I was working with Telstra. It was, I think, for 6 months, 6 to 8 months. And the funny thing is, because the way I budget my money is, I don't really spend, boss. And if I have extra money, I lend people money for something. That's something you do in the Philippines, so to earn a little bit of money. And my co-workers, they didn't know what we were going through and what we had. They thought I had more money than them, and it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
funny,
yeah.
boss. And when I go home, I slept in a cardboard, but they
Couple
don't know that.
box.
Like, yeah, a couple of
Yeah.
bucks.
Wow. It's wild, dude. Wild. I think, like, I'm super proud of both you guys that you'd put you guys put yourself in a position to be able to have your own space and to do that, because it's certainly not easy, and not many people by choice would want to live in an environment like that. They would stay with their family and they would stay under the roof of someone else. And I think it's also evident looking back on the last few years how much you both have grown personally off the back of like taking these risks, which I think is really, really cool. I want to talk about, because you're right, like the Filipinos, it is very normal in the culture for Filipinos, especially siblings or parents, that will work and then give money to help educate their siblings or contribute to the family. Was that your family that you were helping contribute to, or was it friends?
Well, I don't really contribute much to friends, but it mostly my family, because actually my family, we don't have the same system as much as possible. Like my parents, they raised me to have something my own, to build something on my own. Even my dad is a businessman. My mother is also someone who raised me, something like something like you do on the other countries. Because again, at the end of the day, I'm not sure if this will make the edit, but I might be hated on this, but the Filipino culture, something like it it's not really good, like in the future, if you keep on continuing that. So in my parents' point of view, they don't want to do that, and that's why we had to live independently. Basically, they raised me to be independent. That's how my parents raised me. So I think it worked out well at the long run.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't really get it, like the way that they raising me, because there are some of things that I'm looking at other kids that they are getting everything they needed from their
Yeah.
parents. Even if my father, they, because it's a long story, boss. But my father, he did have a little bit. He was living good, but
Yeah.
I had to live on my own. So yeah,
Yeah.
long
That's
story,
cool.
boss.
It's cool that, so like, if I'm understanding what you're kind of half saying, is like your father was like, he was in a good position, but that position didn't allow, like he didn't want to give you what you wanted and needed, because he wanted you to earn that and he wanted you to figure it out yourself. Is that kind of right?
Yes, boss. And when I was young, I didn't really understand it. I didn't, because I was looking
Were
at
you
other.
resentful towards him? You're like, dude, like you have money, like help me out.
No, boss, no, boss. And I think that's one of the biggest reason is the way my mother raised me, because my mother, just like any other family, in the emotional side, she didn't really raise me to be resentful. So I didn't resent them. I just didn't understand it. I was confused at first, but
Yeah.
I was able to pick up early, and I was able to pick up myself, and that's why I think we're here.
That's cool. Are you close to your family or your mum and dad?
Yes, boss. We actually last week we just I we went out with my, because my sister, she graduated, and we ate outside. Bought them some food and stuff, something like.
Cool. So good. And how many brothers and sisters do you have?
At my mother's side, I have three sisters, and at my father, I have one, two. My father is a but yeah, what the funny thing, I'm not sure, but my father, he has four kids,
Yeah.
one mom each, because he said
Yeah.
that to you know make sure that no one is envy my father.
Wow. So he's got 4 kids to 4 different women.
Yes, boss.
Yeah, yeah. Are you close with all of your like half, like you might not even consider them as half siblings, right? But are you close to all them?
Yes, boss. And yeah, true. We don't really, yeah, in the Philippines, we don't really like consider half. It's just
Yeah.
sister and brother.
Yeah, yeah. That even for me, like I'm from a broken family as well, right? And that's the same as my upbringing. My half sister or half brother or step brothers. It's weird if, like, from my point of view, at least in the way that we were raised, it's kind of weird for me to relate to them as like a half or a step. It's just like, hey, that's my brother or that's my sister.
Yes, boss. Like, yeah, it's just it. Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
overcomplicate it.
What do you do in your free time? Like outside of work, being a virtual spotter, what do you do for fun?
Well, when I was not, I was really active. Like, I love playing basketball, biking, but right now mostly I focus on content creating, selling online. I still love selling, but I think it just revolves around two things, like doing something that might earn me a little bit more money, and also fitness.
I like that. Do you do any, like, do you read much or do you do much study? Like, do you watch many educational YouTube videos?
Yes, boss. Actually, when I was a kid, this is something that I was really, when I mentioned earlier that I was confused on how my dad was raising me. We used to listen to all of the audiobooks, like uh, Tony Robbins, in the Philippines, John Calob. I love reading books like that. Actually, it's been a while since I read or listened to an audiobook, but whenever I'm going to the gym, I do try to listen. But my favorite book that I have read is 48 Laws of Power. That's something that will really help you a lot. Like,
That's a cool book, dude. It's a great book. You know, 50 Cent wrote a book with him as well.
50 Cent, the rapper.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he wrote a book. What's that guy's name? Green, the author of that book.
Robert
Is
Greene?
it Robert Greene? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
boss.
So 50 Cent, the rapper, wrote a book with Robin Greene called The 50 Laws of Power. So that book, The 48 Laws of Power, had a massive impact on 50 Cent as well. And then 50 Cent and Robin Greene become friends, and they're like, I want to write a book. And he wrote a book. It might be worth a listen or a read. I haven't read it. I've read half of the 48 Laws of Power, but I haven't read the whole book.
Yeah,
It's a big book.
You can like listen to it, boss. There's like
Yeah.
a shortened version of audiobooks in YouTube. But yeah, it's a really good book. And one more thing, boss. I'm not sure if you have read this, like Law of Attraction, something.
For sure, bro. I really like them books. Did you read The Compound Effect when I brought you guys that, or not yet? You're looking at it now. You're looking at straight at the book.
No. I tried listening to it because, to be honest, boss, like when someone is giving me a book, to save time, I go to the gym, listen to audiobook. But I think Compound Effect is something I have listened to it like summarized before, and I think that's something that I have applied in my life. Some of the concepts of the Compound Effect.
Where do you listen to music? Do you have a premium Spotify account or no?
I have a pirated Spotify.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I listen to Spotify, boss, and I mostly do use YouTube.
They got the books too, yeah. Can you listen to audiobooks on Spotify?
I believe so, boss, but it's just I haven't really explored it yet, but I because I mostly listen on YouTube because it's free.
Yeah. Yeah, got ya. No, understood. Like the only reason I ask is because I have an Audible account and also have the Spotify Premium account. But what I'm noticing now is that a lot of the books that I want from Audible are free on Spotify. So it's like the amount of books that they're releasing at the moment on Spotify is meaningful, and like I think they're going to give Audible a real run for their money.
Yes, boss. It's actually, listening to audiobooks is something that really helped my life even in sales. And the funny thing is to I only got to reading or listening to audiobooks because, I'm not sure if you this is something that I don't really share to you. But do you know the book The Game, boss? The game? I forgot
Well, who wrote that?
I forgot the author, but it's something about when I was reading it in the college days, for something like that psychology book. But you can search that. But that's where I started reading books.
I'll have to check that book out.
Yes, boss.
Yeah, for sure. I'll check it out. Awesome. What are you coming to the party next month?
Yes, boss.
Mad. I'm looking forward to it, dude. Let's try to play basketball this time around, yeah? A little half court. And we'll stream it. Let's mic up. Let's mic up and we'll stream it live on TikTok. I'll talk smack. I'll dunk on ya. Yeah, let's try to tee that up for sure. I'm sure that I'll tell you what I would actually really like to do, man. I want to try to find one of them, like the dirt basketball in like the province somewhere on the way. Like that would be a vibe if we go play there. That would be cool. Legend, brother, I appreciate you. It's always amazing to catch up and chat and learn more about you and create these conversations. And I'm super grateful for all the hard work that you bring and the culture that you inspire your team with in Virtual Spotter. And yeah, I appreciate you, brother. And I will see you next month. Thanks, TL Kev, and thanks for tuning in to the Lodi cast. Appreciate you, brother. Big bad Kev. That was cool. He's a good guy. And his partner's cool too. She's with Virtual Spotter, both legends. Really, really fun. Kev seems pretty, like even in these recording, right? He seems very sort of monotone, very chill. And he is, in person, he's a bit more bubbly. I like both versions of Kev. He's a good dude. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Peace.